Now, okay. So once again, my name's Jane, and we've got Zane on today helping us in the CSIC with our project. If Zane and I are working in separate areas around pretty far from each other. So, but occasionally I might have my mask on if I have to get up and move around in the space and we have to get closer to each other. Um, we are going to make felt maps, and I am going to show you an example of a felt map. So this is an example of a felt map that I made a while ago, and it's a honeybee. I'm a beekeeper, and with felt maps and puzzles, you can make games. We've had students make tic-tac-toe games. We've had students do different puzzles, but it's something that you want to create that will be interactive. And the idea is that people will move the pieces. Maybe you'll give them something like this when they start, or maybe you'll even have it broken up and they'll have to put it in order. Maybe it's a little kid and they don't know the order of this. And so they would do something like this, right? And make a funny looking animal. So what the idea of this felt game or puzzle is that you are able to create your own felt puzzle about something that you know that you're a specialist in, or you're really good at some sort of game that you would like to share with others. In this case, I really like honeybees because I'm a beekeeper. So I have my bee head, I have my bee eyes, I have some antennae, I have a proboscis, I have wings, I have legs, I have pollen baskets on my legs, and I have a little stinger on the end of my abdomen. And this is the head, the thorax, abdomen. So what the idea is that someone would place these labels next to the item who is playing my game, right? And so they might have to figure out where is the thorax? Where are the antennae? Where's the head? And then how about the abdomen over here? The legs, my proboscis, my pollen baskets, and the stinger. And they would be able to arrange this that would teach them something or help them accomplish something, or maybe they would interact and play a game. So we also have another example here that was made by another one of my students in a class, and this is a plant cell. So all the different pieces of the plant cell, the nucleus, the ribosomes, the rough ER, the chloroplast, all of that is labeled. So it could be anything. It could be a plant cell, could be an animal cell. Zane, I think you had a really great idea this week for what you're going to do. Why don't you share with the students your idea?
I am making a felt map of a PC, a desktop PC. So the different components that go into a PC, such as like a CPU or a graphics card or a power unit, and so on, and you're going to be able to assemble it in your own case.
That sounds awesome, Zane. So we're going to talk about some ideas that you might have on stuff that you might like to make right now. Um, I'm thinking, since I last time made a honeybee, I might this time do a diagram of a flower. Some flowers have some really unique parts that are symbiotic with bees, such as ultraviolet nectar guides that aren't necessarily known to a lot of people and would be fun to teach. So I was thinking about doing a blown out diagram of a lily that demonstrated some of those ultraviolet nectar guides. But I want to hear from you all if you all might have some ideas about what you might want to make. Alex, what are you thinking?
A diagram of the respiratory system.
Oh, awesome. A diagram of the respiratory system would be really great. And that might be really useful right now to learn about. That's a good idea, Alex. All right, who else has an idea? Caroline.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
So you can make games too, right? Like
Yep.
educational ones. I was thinking like a memory game, but like you have to like it's something simple, but like you testing how much you know of that thing, kind of.
Oh, okay. What kind of thing are you thinking?
I'm not sure, so I'll have to think about it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you'll get some more ideas as some of your fellow Makerspace kiddos here share their ideas. Who else has an idea about what they might do and they would like to share it? See, we got Sky on the line and Owen and Tristan. Does anyone else want to share an idea of what they might try to make? That's okay. It's hard. Do you want some help coming up with an idea? All right. Well, the way that we start is first you come up with an idea, and then you've got to kind of figure out what you're going to do. So in my case, I am going to find on the internet a diagram of a flower. And probably in Alex's case, Alex, did you find a diagram of the lungs?
I'm probably just going to use my science notebook because we learned about that in school.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, that's great. Is there a picture of one in there? Can you share it with us and show us the picture you're going to use to reference?
He's gonna go get it.
Awesome. Thank you. Zane, do you have an image of the computer diagram that you're going to use to build out your pieces?
I do. I have it right here, actually. So this is just what I'm basing my there we go. This image right here. It's a generic layout of PC, but
Yeah.
what I mean.
No, that's great. And you'll have everything in there. So
Yeah.
that's awesome and identifiable. All right. Alex has the book. Let's see it. And let me make his a spotlight so we could see it big. Oh, yeah.
So this is the upper respiratory system,
Okay.
and on the other side, it's a flap. So ribs and then
Lung.
these, lungs.
Yep.
This is the lower respiratory system, and that's it.
Awesome. That looks really cool. All right. So let's talk about your materials and supplies in your kit. So in there, you have 3 pieces that are big and a bunch of smaller pieces that are different colors. So you need to choose one big piece for your background, and then you're going to save the other 2 big pieces for your other felt project later. So choose one piece right now for your background, and the other ones will be used for your other felt project later in the course. And then if you decide that you really, really need a particular color off of that big piece, you can cut a thin strip and use a little section of it. But hopefully you can use these other little pieces to create all the different areas of your diagram. In the event that you might need more, just know that what we're making is a bracelet. And so I believe you all have a little paper outline for the bracelet template in your package. So you won't actually be using all of these pieces. So if you need to use one of these other pieces, you can. Just be sparingly to make sure that you save at least one good piece or 1.5 pieces for your belt bracelet. All right. So what you're going to want to do is find a diagram of whatever you're going to make, and you can use a Sharpie pen to draw on the pieces. So you can see on this piece, first there was a circle drawn, and then the student cut out that circle. And then you put on your label of whatever it is. So same with mine. I drew out my wings, and then I cut them out. And in this case, these are two separate pieces, and I ended up hot gluing them together because there's a hind wing and a forewing in a honeybee. So I wanted it to be realistic with those two different kinds of wings. So you might need to use hot glue on some things. Another place I used hot glue was I hot glued on the legs and the pollen baskets onto my thorax of my honeybee. So you might have to do that and cut out some little pieces. Does anyone need help figuring out what they're going to do? No? You figured it out, Caroline? You want to share what you're going to do with us?
I'm thinking about doing a diagram of red pandas because they're my favorite animal. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I think that's awesome. And I bet there's some unique features of red pandas you could point out. How about Sky or Owen? Have either of you come up with an idea for your felt puzzle or
Yeah,
game?
I'm doing like, I guess like a diagram of like parts of the ocean.
Oh, okay. So like coral and different things like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice, Sky. I think that'll be great.
Mhm.
All right, Owen, how about you? Do you have any ideas?
I'm gonna make a diagram of a bike.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Right now is a great time to be learning about bicycle maintenance. So that could be really handy for this summer. It's a great idea. All right. So everyone, make sure that you have your picture handy on what you're going to use to reference for your parts of your flower, and then or parts of your diagram. In my case, I'm doing a flower, and then we can kind of get going. You can start building that out. Let us know if you need any help. I am drawing my flower pieces. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions or get help or share your ideas if you need. All right. Three pieces now. Starting to look like a flower. How's everyone doing out there?
Great.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's a little bit of work to make these, but it's so fun. Everyone must be doing pretty good. Y'all are pretty quiet out there. Let me know if you need any help or you got any questions. We'll do a show and tell at the end here. All right. And then how's everyone doing out there? Thumbs up? Good deal. Like to see that. Excellent.
I do have one question.
Absolutely.
Is it okay if we don't include all the parts because some of them are too tiny to cut out or fit on the thing?
Absolutely. You can draw them onto the felt using your marker.
Didn't
So
think.
for
Thank you.
example, look here. See this? This is my ovary and I drew the seeds in.
Okay. Thank
Yep.
you.
You're welcome. So now I have to start making my labels. No, I'm gonna do it by hand because they don't have a label maker. So I'm gonna just do it by hand. I just use these little fabric marker. You want one of these or like a Sharpie? Panther. That kind of got smeared, didn't it? No. All right, I'm getting there. Petals. Sepals. Oh, I need one for ovary. Ovary. All right. And then nice. How's everyone doing out there? Thumbs up for Moen.
Pretty good.
Awesome. Good to hear, Sky. How much more time do you all need? 15 minutes from Caroline. 0 from Owen, huh? Owen, are you done already? Did you make all your labels? You did? Oh my goodness. You're fast.
15 minutes.
15 more minutes, Alex? Okay. How about from Sky?
Probably like 10 minutes.
Okay. Sounds good. How about we'll give everyone 15 more minutes to work. You can keep working on yours and making it better while you're doing it if you're interested. I think I'm gonna go hot glue on some of my components. So just one note, if you decide to hot glue anything, don't hot glue too many pieces, just the really small pieces. Like for example, most of my stuff is not going to be hot glued, but the thing that I want to hot glue is I want to hot glue my my nectar guides onto my petals. So I'm not hot gluing any of these other things, but I am going to hot glue on these little lines onto my petals. Those lines are my nectar guides. And I'm just doing that because they're so small, they'll probably fall off. So I just need to get my hot glue gun heated up, and then I can put a couple little dollops of glue in there to keep those nectar guides in place. All right. Warm enough. I'm just going to put a little dollop of glue and shove that into it. I don't need much, and I don't need it on the whole thing, just on a little bit of the pieces. Hot glue can get really messy very quick, so I try not to use too much of it at all. And I barely used any, and it already made my flower look kind of messy. So I'm not going to use too much more. I am going to glue these two pieces of my sepals together just so that they're less easy to lose and more like one piece. Even though it's a couple pieces, it'll be easier for the kiddos to learn using my puzzle. There we go. Yep. All right. So the only thing I glued were these little sepals together just so they wouldn't get lost so easily. And I just glued my nectar guides onto my petals, just a little bit. I really had to be careful not to use too much glue. But it looks pretty good. Put my anthers on. And put my petals. Style. Celery. Stigma. Sepal. Filament. And anther. There we go. Awesome. Do you need the hot glues in?
I don't think I want to.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't glue any pieces. I just glued some pieces to the pieces. If that makes sense. wonder where this employee contracted it from.
Why not? I would only assume custom.
All right. All right, how's everyone doing out there? Couple more minutes? Finishing up your labels and stuff? Okay, few more minutes. Owen, you're waiting very patiently to share yours. Owen, would you like to go first to share yours when you're ready? Yeah? Okay.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm also done.
Awesome. All right. So let's see how Sky's doing. Sky, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I made the mistake of accidentally gluing on all of my pieces.
Uh-oh, so it's not really a game. What about your labels? Are all your labels glued on too?
No.
Well, maybe you can leave your labels unglued and that way the people can arrange the labels near the glued pieces.
Yeah.
So that'll still work. All right. So it sounds like we're all ready to present. Owen, would you like to present yours first? And then everyone else can put in the chat what order they would like to go.
I made the diagram of a bike.
Oh, excellent. Nice. So what parts do you have?
I have the seat, crossbar, handles, frame, and the pedals.
Nice. Very good. That's excellent. Good job. Did you have fun making it?
Yes.
Good. That's great. All right. So Alex would like to go second. Alex, you're ready to go whenever you're ready.
So, yeah, I need help flipping it, Mom.
Oh, cool.
I'll hold it. You explain it.
So we have the head, the nasal cavity or the nose, the mouth, the trachea, also known as the windpipe. Well, you just got your lungs. The epiglottis is a little flap that stops you from, that stops the food you're eating from going to your lungs. The bronchi are these two long tubes, I guess. And then the bronchioles are these little blue ones. They're smaller ones that bring it out through the lungs. And all
Okay.
the tiny little dots are alveoli.
Nice.
This is the diaphragm, which is a muscle that helps you breathe.
That is a great diagram. I really like that. Good job, Alex.
Yeah, great job.
All right. Let's see here. Caroline would like to go next.
Okay, so
Get your spotlight on.
so I kind of made a memory match game, kind of.
Okay.
Deal, but I put in instructions over here and the symbols down here.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and then I just put up here totally copyright because it's not copyright at all. Yeah.
So what kind of memory game? How do you play the memory game?
So you flip over a card and then you have to find like the definition or a synonym of the card, and if you can find the synonym or definition of it, then that you get a point, and then you get to keep the cards, and whoever has more cards, if you're playing with another person, they win.
Awesome. That sounds really fun. Good job. I like that. All right. Is Sky ready to share your project, Sky?
Yep. Well, give me a second. Okay. So I'm definitely gonna work on it later because I was not quite sure what to put in for the ocean, so I'm gonna work on it a lot later.
Okay.
I have like some coral at the bottom that I'm on video. So I have some waves, and I have coral on the bottom, and then I have a shark, and I have little name things you can put on it. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. You could really build that out and make it super fun.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add like a lot more sea animals and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. You could add starfish and seahorses. I enjoy that one. That's a good idea. Awesome. All right. Well, Zane, you're ready to show us yours?
Sure. So I have my little diagram here of how to put together a computer. So you have your case, you have your motherboard, you have your CPU, you have your RAM, you have your power supply unit, your GPU, which I'm not mistaken goes right here, and your hard drive and your solid state drive. And that's the basic components of a computer.
That's really cool, Zane. That's a great idea. I like it. Well, we learned a lot from each other. All right, I'll show my final one since I finished mine too. So here's my flower. I've got my ovary and it's connected to the style, and the stigma is the little tip. This is the male part of, or the female part of the flower. Then over here I got the anther, and these are the parts with the pollen on them, and they're on the filament. And then here are my little nectar guides. And here's my sepals, and sepals are petals that protect or that protect the flower, and then those are my leaves. These are my petals. Yeah, so fun project. Did you all have fun? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
great job. I really enjoyed seeing your creativity come out in your projects. You all had really awesome ideas, and I love to see those come to life. You all are great makers. Next week, we're gonna be working on kindness rocks. And kindness rocks are a movement that started from a lady back east, and she started painting little rocks and putting them in her neighborhood to spread joy and kindness. And so we're going to do the same thing. So one of the things you want to look for, I'll show you a kindness rock. Hold on. So kindness rocks can be a lot of different things. And this is one that I made a while ago, and it says, "Be curious." And it's a bee with a flower and a little magnifying glass that's making the rear with the stinger kind of big. But kindness rocks, you can write anything on them. So I've seen them with, the word love or peace, but also some really cute little sayings. The thing that you want to know about kindness rocks are you want to try to find a rock that has a pretty flat surface to paint on. And you might want to collect one or two. The other thing you might want to do is you might want to pre-paint your kindness rock white before our class so that you'll be ready to paint your design on it and your words on it when we're with each other. Because otherwise you might have to wait for your undercoat to dry. And then you can place them around your neighborhood, outside your house, in your garden, or at the park, and other people will see them and have a happy day. Yeah, Caroline, you have a question?
It's actually a comment. I have made kindness rocks before at my school. We have kindness rocks all around, like a little part where there's trees. So yeah,
Do you like them? Is it a fun thing?
yeah, I really like seeing all the art and all the creativity there.
I do too. I think it's a lot of fun. And if you look them up on the internet, there's a lot of people that have made some really amazing kindness rocks. So go outside in the next week and find a couple good sized rocks. You really don't want them to be bigger than your fist, or maybe your fist together like this would be the biggest. Find them with a flat side that you can draw something on, and maybe pre-paint it with a background color like white or gray before we get there. Um, Alex, I think there's still paints at the extension office for you. So if you would like to go pick those up, They have them there. I was there yesterday and they were still there for you. So yeah, we'll be painting next week using our acrylic paints and paintbrushes. And so the only thing you need to find is rocks for next week. Sound good? All right. See you all later. Have a good evening or afternoon, and we'll see
See you
you next
later.
week.
Bye.
Bye.